Manlets Manlets Rise Up. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on boards.4chan.org/poll, politically incorrect. So, according to a study, 5 feet and 8 inches is the most desirable height, according to Badoo dating app statistics. Guys, WTF, Anonymous says. There's no way this is true. And I was pretty shocked myself, because many of the manlets out there, and when we say manlet, that usually means anyone below 6 feet. In today's society, height is some unachievable standard that most men will never have. In fact, only about, 10 to 20% of the population is 6 feet tall or higher? Pretty tough deal for most men. So here on the Evening Standard, and this article is from a year ago, but I thought it would provide a good discussion. This is the most attractive height for men and women, new study reveals. So this is going to give us both heights and see what women most prefer, and it's actually kind of shocking. I'm not sure exactly how to respond to it. But before we discuss the manlet question, a word from this month's sponsor, unsilencedvoice.com. Unsilencedvoice.com is a free speech platform where you can post dank memes and subscribe to communities you enjoy. Unsilencedvoice.com. Join today. So here we see, ever since the saying tall, dark, and handsome entered the public lexicon, the stereotype has been that women prefer tall men. Yeah, they do, honestly. I mean, it's not a secret. Subsequently making all men under 6 feet, the manlets, feel self-conscious about their height. Well, fellas, worry no more, because a new study has revealed 5'8" is the ideal height for a man. Oh, shit! The tables have turned! We're in it now! We are kings! Rise up, manlets! Rise up and claim your throne! Dating app Badoo has revealed that the most right-swiped heights based on their users aged 18 to 30. Of the 20,000 Brits surveyed, Badoo revealed the most right-swiped height for men was 5'8", and the most right-swiped height for women was 5'5". So, it would appear that the ideal height for men are 5'8", and the ideal height for women are 5'5". But it's entirely possible that this is simply a statistical phenomena. In other words, maybe average people are more likely to want to be with average people, and this is just where the averages happen to line up. Unfortunately, I think you would find that most women definitely prefer height. I don't think I've met a single woman who hasn't. But it is also possible that the ones who were swapped are just good looking. Who knows? It's hard to know. They don't give us the metrics. In the UK, the average height of a man, according to the Office of National Statistics, is 5'9", and a woman is 5'3". That means men just below national average are the most lusted after, as the women are slightly above the national average. Now, I find this hard to believe, because second place is 5'10", and I'm starting to think that this study is fundamentally flawed. If 10 to 20% of the population is 6 feet tall, then the majority of men that are going to get shown to women are going to be of average or below average height, or according to them, manlet status. So in other words, this study is probably fatally flawed. Most men are going to be average height. So the most swipes will come from the most men because that's the largest sample size. It's true even here. Most right swiped heights for women, number 5 feet is last place, but 5 feet is also the rarest. So the rarer the height, probably the less swipes there's going to be. I don't know how they measured it, but that's my impression. Badoo's dating expert Abby Golding said in a statement, a person's dating app bio is the only way to give an insight into their personality and to showcase what's truly behind the superficiality of their profile photos. While stating your height is not discouraged, it is more about the delivery of these personal statistics that are swaying people into swiping left or right. Now, I disagree. 88% of Badoo users are more likely to swipe right if the person's bio makes them laugh, as opposed to 16% who are more likely to swipe left if they don't consider someone to be their perfect height. So while the height can matter, remember to let your personality shine. And no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I don't care what Mr. Badoo says. I just don't believe it. Look at this manlet chart, okay? This is what tells you what your height should be. Okay, so as you can see here, if you're 5'10", you are the king of manlets. You are the supreme gentleman, okay? You're just tall enough to not be short. to not be a total manlet. You know, I can't believe I have to spell these things out, but yes, that is sarcasm. And then once you hit 5'11", oh, this is the cutoff for manlet status. Even girls are now this tall. Unless you have a pretty face, you're screwed. So that's 5'11" to 6'1". Okay, here we go. Seriously, this is the perfect male height. Period. Fresh. So 6'2" to 6'4". Those are the tall men, my friends. Those are the kings. So 6'5", doable if you've been training from a child and at least 230 pounds, 10% body fat. You gotta be shredded. But if you go above 6'6", you're too tall. Unless you play basketball, nobody will see you as attractive. You'll just be lanky and awkward and kind of scary. Personally, I would love to be 7 feet tall. Oh, I would love to be the mountain. Oh, I would love to be able to crush people's skulls with my bare hands. Oh, that is a dream, my friends. But as you can see, yeah, this chart is kind of memey. It's not completely serious. Like, this is ridiculous. Most men are not even 6 foot. Okay, 6 foot is tall. And average height, that's no big deal. The average height in America, for example, is 5'9". And it's true that you'll have a harder time finding women. Most women are shorter than men anyway. So we can see here from this Hollywood chart that just because you're not a super tall dude doesn't mean you can't be successful. I mean, look at George Clooney, look at Johnny Depp. They're both 5'10". Jason Statham is only 5'9". Ben Stiller, 5'8". Now, I think we can safely say that the men most likely to be perceived as attractive are the tall ones, unlike Tom Cruise, who's a manlet at 5'7". I mean, he's got his face going for him, but 5'7"? I'm taller than that. There is one exception to this rule, and that would be Danny DeVito. He's 5 feet tall, but clearly, he's the sexiest. So here Anon says, most women are below 5'6", so 5'9" to 5'10" is actually plenty tall for them. But like the game has it, most women also know that the competition for men above 5'10" is fierce, and so they have to settle, cope, a little and drop it to 5'8", which is still taller than the average woman. Plus, women don't know shit about height, so in their mind, they think it's 5'10", but on paper, they put down 5'8". There is also a bit of virtue signaling happening here because it's women answering questions. Bottom line, look at who they date. 5'8", you're barely generating attractions in real life. The ideal height is actually 5'9" to 5'11" for dating and for fighters, a little on the shorter side for fighters because of center of gravity reasons. Now, sadly, this is most likely true. Now, I wish I was a giant. I want to have thick bones and be able to grind people into butter for my bread. But, you know, you deal with the cards you're dealt. And I would love a super pipsqueak small partner. But again, it's the law of averages. Average dude, average partner. Here, Enon says, that feel when 5'3". That feel when too short to be a desirable girl. That feel when too short to be a desirable boy. Now, I don't know what they're talking about because, I don't know if they're straight. Because, I mean, what they're saying. But short can be good, you know, depending on which way you peg your blocks into the hole, if you know what I mean. Okay, so here Anon with a brain, and see, this is why 4chan is actually way more intelligent than they're given credit for. First of all, here someone brings up the fact that people in Hollywood are mostly around 5'7" to 5'10", and these are the men that women drool over in real life. That's very clever. Here Anon says, okay, but if the average height is around 5'8", won't that always be true? And you can't have the majority of right swipe being men being 8 feet tall if there's only one guy of that height on the app, which is exactly what I said. You see, my friends, you would think there's this stereotype about 4chan that it's just a bunch of autists and people who are idiots online, but really, these are some of the most intelligent people I've ever seen. And you know what, my friends? It's sad. That's really sad. The average 4chaner is smarter than the average normie. I think that's proof that we live in a society. So here Anon replies, not the case, Hadley. 70% of women say a man wouldn't stand a chance if he was under 6 feet. So women really are bad at the visuals. Their visual spatial centers in their brain are not as good as men's are. And women are notoriously bad at judging height. A woman who sees a man who's 5'10" is probably going to say, yeah, he looks 6 feet to me. I mean, look at Tom Cruise. He's absolutely a manlet. He's 5'7". This girl looks like a giant compared to him. Very few women are into that. I find it pretty interesting that there are men, though, who don't like tall women. Man, tall, small, both are good. Anonymous replies, believing women know what they want. Now that's actually a big red pill for you guys. And for girls. Yeah, here's what you notice if you look at female psychology. Time and time again, it always happens, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. Time and time again, what women say they want is never, ever what they go for. I'm telling you, friends. Women say they want X, they say they want Y, but then they go after W. It's like, you don't know what you want. You don't. Here, Anonymous says, as a Gen X 5'7" guy, I have to say, all the whining about height on here is really surprising to me. It's like you guys are so demoralized you will allow yourselves to find any reason to criticize yourselves. Maybe things were different, or maybe I had unusual confidence, or a better face than I thought, but I never lacked for attraction from girls, even pretty girls. Yeah, you're really good looking, okay? 5'7", if you're pulling women like that, it's because you're good looking. When I got really fit, again, that's another thing, and slender, it was actually embarrassing how blatant they were. Anyways, I never really even gave much thought to being short. So this person's probably attractive, and getting fit multiplies how attractive you are. So like, even if you're ugly and you get you get fit, it ups your attraction factor, but you know, a 2, if they get fit, they might go to a 5, but they're not going to a 7. Meanwhile, if you're a 5 and you get really fit and you go to a 7, you know, that's actually better for you because it puts you in a higher class. You can only go so high. But these are kind of nice words, so we'll include them. So here Anonymous brings up the point here. The population of over 6 feet is only 10 to 12% of the population. For every tall kid you can point out, there are 3 short ones. There is not enough 6-foot tall men in the world, and that's why women is a meme for chasing that requirement. Yep, that's how it is, folks. You know, from one manlet to another, I have to say, it's not your height that truly matters. It's the height of your heart, and more importantly, the height of your penis. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about height? What do you think about manlets? Should manlets rise up? Is it time for manlets to take back the rightful throne as the average man? Be sure to let me know. Women out there, what are your thoughts? Now, as always, if you want to support the content that I make, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribe Store, or you can donate via PayPal and Bitcoin. If you're interested, sharing the video helps a lot, so I appreciate that. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.